You ever wonder why the loudest voices in the room often fade into the background, while those who quietly grind seem to rise above the noise? There's a reason for that. Success doesn't shout. It whispers. It moves silently, unnoticed at first. And then, suddenly, it's undeniable. In this video, we'll uncover the hidden power of working in silence and why the loudest statement you'll ever make is the one you don't have to say at all. Most people talk endlessly about their dreams, their goals, their plans. They announce to the world what they're going to do. But here's the truth. The moment you start broadcasting your ambitions, you open the door to distractions, doubts, and premature judgment. Research even shows that simply telling people about your goals can trick your brain into feeling a false sense of accomplishment. The applause you crave comes too early, and the fire driving you fades before you even get started. But imagine this. You're working quietly, day after day, no one knowing what you're building. There's no noise, no validation, just you and your craft. Then, one day, the results speak for themselves. It's not just success, it's undeniable proof that actions are louder than words. That's what makes success powerful, not because you talked about it, but because you earned it. In this video, you're going to learn why the world respects outcomes, not promises. You'll understand why silence is your greatest ally and how it helps you stay focused, protect your vision, and build momentum without interference. You'll also discover why working in silence doesn't mean hiding. It means positioning yourself to win. And here's the kicker. While everyone else is busy talking, you'll already be 3 steps ahead. There's a certain magic to moving in silence. It's strategic, it's disciplined, and it's unstoppable. Think about it. When people can't predict your next move, they can't stop it. When they don't know what you're building, they can't tear it down. You don't owe the world an explanation for your grind. In fact, the less you say, the more powerful your results become. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to harness this principle and use it to transform your life. You'll learn how to stay locked in, tune out the noise, and focus entirely on your goals. This isn't just about working hard, it's about working smart, strategically, and with purpose. So stay with me, because if you've been feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, or stuck, this might be the exact shift you need. Silence isn't weakness, it's strength. It's clarity. And when the time comes for your success to speak, it will be a sound no one can ignore. Let's dive in. Silence is a language of its own. It speaks volumes without uttering a single word. It commands respect and attention in ways that loud voices and constant chatter never could. When you embrace silence, you project a sense of confidence and control that others instinctively recognize. It shows that you are comfortable with who you are, that you don't need to fill every moment with noise to validate your presence. People who master the art of silence are often perceived as strong and self-assured, not because of what they say, but because of how they hold themselves in the spaces in between. Think about it. The person who speaks the least often holds the most influence in a room. Their silence creates intrigue. It forces others to lean in, to pay attention, and to wonder what's going on beneath the surface. This isn't accidental. Silence, when used intentionally, becomes a tool of power. It allows you to observe, to process, and to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. It's not about withholding your voice. It's about choosing when and how to use it for maximum impact. In communication, silence can be a game changer. It can emphasize a point more effectively than the loudest statement ever could. A well-timed pause can make your words land harder, giving others the space to fully absorb what you've said. It can also convey calmness and stability, even in high-pressure situations. When you stay silent in moments of chaos, you exude an air of control that immediately sets you apart. While others are scrambling to fill the void with noise, your silence becomes a signal of authority. Silence also plays a crucial role in decision-making. In a world that moves at lightning speed, taking the time to step back and embrace quiet can be a powerful act. It's in the silence that clarity emerges. It's where you can reflect, analyze, and think deeply about the choices you're about to make. Rash decisions are often born out of haste and noise, but thoughtful decisions come from moments of quiet reflection. When you create space to think, You avoid being reactive and instead become proactive, deliberate, and precise. Moreover, silence allows you to truly listen. In conversations, it's easy to focus on what you're going to say next rather than fully hearing what's being said. But when you choose to stay quiet, you give yourself the opportunity to understand others on a deeper level. You pick up on details, emotions, and intentions that might otherwise be missed. This kind of active listening not only strengthens relationships, but also positions you as someone who genuinely cares and understands, qualities that naturally inspire trust and respect. The truth is, silence is never just silence. It's a statement, a choice, a tool. It shapes how people perceive you and how you navigate the world. In communication and decision-making, silence doesn't just accompany confidence and control. It is confidence and control. When you embrace it, you gain an edge that's as rare as it is powerful. There's something deeply satisfying about telling others your goals. It feels like an accomplishment in itself, a moment of pride where you share your dreams with the world. But what if that moment of satisfaction is actually working against you? Research has shown that announcing your goals can reduce the very motivation you need to achieve them. It's a surprising and counterintuitive concept, but it makes perfect sense when you dig deeper. Psychological studies reveal that when you share your goals publicly, your brain experiences a premature sense of achievement. The praise and encouragement you receive trigger a release of dopamine, the feel-good chemical, which creates the illusion that progress has already been made. Instead of fueling your determination, this false sense of accomplishment can leave you complacent. You feel validated for simply saying you'll do something, and the drive to actually do it diminishes. This phenomenon, known as the intention-action gap, explains why so many well-meaning declarations never lead to real outcomes. Think about it. How often have you heard someone boldly announce their plans to start a business, lose weight, or write a book, only for those plans to fade away over time? It's not that they lacked potential. It's that the act of sharing their goals replaced the need to take action. The energy that could have been channeled into working silently was instead spent seeking validation. The solution lies in internal commitment. When your motivation comes from within, it's far more powerful and sustainable than any external approval. Internal commitment means setting goals that are deeply personal, tied to your values, and not dependent on the opinions of others. It's about knowing what you want to achieve and why it matters to you, even if no one else knows or understands. This kind of drive isn't fueled by applause. It's fueled by purpose. When you keep your goals to yourself, you protect them. You shield them from the noise of opinions, doubts, and expectations. This doesn't mean isolating yourself or avoiding accountability. It means staying focused on what truly matters. It's about creating a quiet, focused space where your energy is directed toward action rather than performance. Internal commitment isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about proving something to yourself. This shift in mindset is powerful. When you stop chasing external validation, you gain clarity and control. You're no longer distracted by how others perceive your progress. Instead, you're free to work at your own pace, driven by your own standards. Instead, if you step back, no matter how rich or famous, and when success finally comes, it's real. It's not a performance or a facade. It's the result of dedication and effort that required no audience. The next time you feel tempted to announce your goals, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, are you seeking validation or are you truly committed? Remember, the loudest success doesn't need an audience to begin with. It's built in silence, fueled by internal motivation, and recognized when the results speak for themselves. Actions are the foundation of every real achievement. Words can inspire, motivate, and even create a temporary sense of progress, but without actions to back them up, they're empty. People often talk about what they plan to do, building excitement and anticipation around their intentions. Yet when those plans are not followed by consistent effort, they quickly fade into nothingness. Focusing on actions rather than words is the difference between wishful thinking and tangible success. When you choose to act instead of talk, you redirect your energy toward what truly matters. progress. Talking about your goals can feel productive, but it's the actual work done consistently and deliberately that leads to genuine achievements. Every small step you take, no matter how insignificant it might seem, adds up over time. These steps create momentum, building a solid foundation that words alone could never provide. Success is not built on promises or intentions. It's built on the quiet, daily grind that others often overlook. One of the key reasons actions matter more is that they create undeniable evidence. Promises are easy to make and even easier to break, but results speak for themselves. When people see what you've accomplished, there's no need for explanation or justification. Your achievements become proof of your dedication, your effort, and your ability to follow through. This is why people respect results. They're tangible, they're real, and they leave no room for doubt. Focusing on actions also shifts your mindset. Instead of worrying about what others think or whether they believe in your plans, you concentrate entirely on the work at hand. This not only boosts your productivity, but also protects you from the distractions that come with external validation. You stop trying to impress people with promises and start impressing yourself with what you can actually do. It's a quieter path, but it's one that leads to far more meaningful outcomes. There's another layer to this. When you focus on actions, you earn respect without seeking it. People admire those who let their work speak for itself. They notice the effort, the discipline, and the results, even if you're not actively drawing attention to them. This kind of respect is deeper and more lasting because it's rooted in authenticity. It's not about flashy declarations or public praise. It's about showing up, putting in the work, and delivering. In a world full of noise, actions stand out. They cut through the chatter and demand attention, not because they're loud, but because they're real. Anyone can say they'll achieve something, but few have the discipline to actually do it. When you choose to focus on what you're building rather than what you're saying, you separate yourself from the crowd. You become the person who doesn't just dream but delivers, the person who doesn't just promise but performs. At the end of the day, words may inspire, but actions transform. They turn ideas into reality and dreams into accomplishments. And when people see the results of your work, they won't just respect what you've done, they'll respect who you've become in the process. Leaders who understand the power of silence use it as a strategic tool to inspire participation and encourage deeper thinking. In meetings, a leader who pauses instead of immediately filling the air with their own thoughts creates space for others to speak. This silence sends a message. It tells the team that their input is valuable and that their voices matter. Instead of dominating the conversation, the leader uses silence to invite collaboration, empowering individuals to share ideas they may have otherwise kept to themselves. For example, in brainstorming sessions, silence can serve as a catalyst for creativity. When a leader asks a question and allows a moment of quiet, it gives the team time to reflect before responding. This deliberate pause often leads to more thoughtful and innovative contributions. Without the pressure to respond instantly, people are able to think critically, articulate their thoughts, and engage more meaningfully in the discussion. Silence creates a rhythm that allows ideas to flow naturally, rather than being rushed or interrupted. In negotiations, silence is an equally powerful tool. When faced with a proposal or counteroffer, remaining silent can create a sense of unease for the other party, prompting them to fill the void with more information. Jiminy, this can often reveal their true priorities, hidden motives, or areas of flexibility. Silence, in this context, shifts the power dynamic. It allows the leader or negotiator to stay in control of the conversation without saying a word, using the natural discomfort of silence to their advantage. Take, for instance, a scenario where a negotiator presents their terms and then pauses. The silence that follows can compel the other party to respond, often revealing their position before the negotiator has even had to clarify theirs. This tactic isn't about manipulation, it's about listening and observing, about understanding what's not being said as much as what is. Silence in negotiations is not passive. It's a deliberate act of patience and observation that can lead to better outcomes. Silence also fosters an environment of respect and trust in meetings. When leaders choose to listen rather than constantly speak, it shows humility and openness. It demonstrates that they are not just there to impose their ideas, but to understand and consider the perspectives of others. This kind of silence encourages honesty and transparency. It creates a safe space where individuals feel comfortable expressing opinions or concerns, knowing they are being genuinely heard. Moreover, silence can help diffuse tension. In high-stakes meetings or emotionally charged discussions, a leader's ability to pause rather than react immediately can prevent escalation. A moment of silence can give everyone in the room a chance to collect their thoughts, calm their emotions, and approach the conversation with a clearer mindset. It's a simple act, but one that can turn potential conflict into productive dialogue. Have this in the hands of a skilled leader. Silence is never empty. It's a tool for engagement, understanding, and influence. It encourages participation, fosters thoughtful responses, and creates an atmosphere of mutual respect. Whether in a meeting, a negotiation, or a moment of tension, silence, when used with intention, can be far more impactful than words. Working quietly allows you to focus entirely on your goals without the noise of unnecessary distractions. When you keep your efforts to yourself, you shield your mind from the opinions, judgments, and unsolicited advice that often come when you share your plans. The more people know about what you're doing, the more voices you invite into your journey. These voices can create confusion, self-doubt, and hesitation. By working quietly, you maintain clarity, allowing your energy to remain concentrated on what truly matters: the actions required to succeed. Distractions don't always come in obvious forms. Sometimes they appear as praise, criticism, or comparisons. Praise can lead to complacency, making you feel as though you've already achieved something, even if you're far from your goal. Criticism, on the other hand, can cause you to second-guess yourself, planting seeds of doubt that derail your progress. Comparisons can make you question your own path, pulling your focus away from your vision and onto what others are doing. When you work quietly, you avoid these traps. You stay grounded in your purpose, unshaken by the external noise that can so easily throw you off course. Protecting your vision from external negativity is one of the greatest benefits of working silently. Not everyone will understand your dreams, and not everyone will support them. Some people may doubt your abilities, while others may project their own fears or insecurities onto you. And some, along with you, may only see your actions as negative or unsafe. This negativity can weigh heavily, making it harder to stay motivated and committed. By keeping your goals private, you shield yourself from these influences. Your vision becomes something sacred, something that belongs only to you. When you protect your vision, you also give yourself the freedom to grow without judgment. Progress is rarely linear, and setbacks are inevitable. If your journey is public, every misstep becomes an opportunity for others to critique or question you. This pressure can make you overly cautious, afraid to take risks or experiment. But when you work quietly, you create a space where it's safe to fail, learn, and try again. You're free to focus on the process without the fear of external scrutiny. Another benefit of working quietly is that it strengthens your internal drive. When you're not seeking validation from others, your motivation comes entirely from within. This internal motivation is far more powerful and enduring than any external encouragement. It's rooted in your personal values, ambitions, and belief in your own potential. By keeping your focus on your work rather than on how others perceive it, you develop a deep sense of self-reliance and confidence. Silence also allows you to surprise the world with results. When you've been working quietly, your success speaks louder than any announcement ever could. It becomes undeniable proof of your dedication and effort, free from the influence of outside opinions. In a world that often rewards noise and attention, there's something profoundly impactful about achieving quietly. It's a reminder that true progress doesn't need applause. It simply needs consistent action, protected from the distractions and negativity of the outside world. Success achieved quietly carries a unique and undeniable power. It speaks for itself, without the need for explanations or justification. When someone works in silence and lets their results do the talking, they naturally earn the respect and admiration of others. People are drawn to the authenticity of success that doesn't rely on self-promotion. It becomes an example of what's possible when hard work and dedication take center stage, instead of a need for recognition. Quiet success inspires in a way that loud proclamations never could. It's honest, it's real, and it's proof of what determination can accomplish. When others see someone who has achieved their goals without making a spectacle of their journey, it creates a sense of curiosity and admiration. They wonder how it was done, what habits or strategies were followed, and what kind of discipline was required. Quiet success challenges the notion that accomplishments must always be broadcast to be valid. Instead, it shifts the focus onto the substance of what was achieved rather than the noise surrounding it. This kind of success becomes a story worth telling, not because it was told by the person who achieved it, but because it was noticed by others who were inspired by it. Letting results inspire others is one of the most powerful ways to lead by example. It shows that success isn't about seeking approval or validation. It's about putting in the work, overcoming challenges, and staying true to your vision. When someone sees what you've accomplished, it plants a seed in their mind. They start to believe that if you can do it, they might be able to as well. This silent form of influence is far more effective than any boastful statement or elaborate announcement. It touches people on a deeper level because it's rooted in action, not words. Quiet achievers often have a way of motivating others without even realizing it. Their results become a source of inspiration for those around them. Whether it's in a workplace, a community, or even among friends and family, quiet success creates a ripple effect. People begin to notice the discipline, the focus, and the outcomes, and it encourages them to strive for their own goals. They see that it's possible to achieve great things without making noise along the way, and this realization can be transformative. There's also a humility in letting results speak for themselves. It demonstrates confidence and security, showing that you don't need external validation to prove your worth. When others see this quiet confidence, it resonates deeply. It teaches that success isn't about impressing others. It's about fulfilling your potential and creating something meaningful. It's about letting your work leave an impact that speaks louder than anything you could say. Ultimately, quiet success reminds everyone that actions always carry more weight than words. It encourages others to focus on the process, to embrace the grind, and to trust that the results will come in time. And when they do, those results will inspire more than words ever could, proving that true success is best shared through the impact it leaves behind. In life, the most powerful achievements don't need a spotlight. They shine on their own. We've explored how working in silence minimizes distractions, protects your vision, and allows you to focus entirely on your actions. We've seen how quiet success inspires others without the need for self-promotion, and how it creates a ripple effect of motivation. Letting your results speak louder than your words is a reminder that true greatness doesn't seek attention. It commands it naturally. So, keep your head down, stay focused, and let your work do the talking. Let your success make the noise. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. Your journey to greatness starts with one small action. Make it today.